the extreme problems in all facets of our society is the devaluation of true women. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
talking about the twerkers and stallion and all this out here claiming I'm classy, but I'm ratchet. Like, does that
Ratchet
even make
and
sense?
classy. Like, how do you do
I'm doing
both?
this,
Like,
but I'm whatever. I'm still,
doesn't make
but
sense. All right,
girl bye. And
whatever.
so my thing is that devaluing, if you are a grown man who's about the business of protecting and providing for a family, that means you understand the value of a woman.
Oh, this is madness. Why is twerking important right now? Why is hair, nails? Why is right now we should be worried about our food? We should be worried about, you know what I mean? Just
But
things that are
see,
more important. We're
but see,
not
the
we're
things
not
that's
focused.
yeah, and that's the things that's what I'm trying to say. This is the problem with every person. I'm not just talking about women, but men and everybody. Is every human being, we're trying to overcome our emotions. We're trying to overcome them. We're trying to make logic be the focus of the head of our decision making. But anybody, any human being, when they decide I'm just going to be a solely and purely emotional person and react off my emotions, that's when chaos ensues. So what you're
Can
saying
you agree
is
that emotion is feminine?
yes.
Okay, well, hold on one second. So we got some other people in the call queue because you getting everybody excited.
Yeah.
I'm not even reading. I'm just going off what I'm telling. Yo, listen, man. Yo, listen. All right. When everything was going on with with the deep state, women were still twerking. Why is that
But
important on Instagram? We need to be discussing. Yo, listen.
Baby mamahood, single mamahood, ratchet, you out here, you Meg, you this, you that, booty out. No, no. And it doesn't make us bed wenches to say this. And we don't care anyway.
No,
That's
Because
at all.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
that's logical what you're saying. What you're saying is logical, and people aren't listening to
Men,
logical
men,
explanations.
men are
Me-
emotional because they follow us. It's a female trait. It's a woman trait. It's a
And
feminine trait. So it still stems from the women. The
right, and men
women,
and real men, like I was saying earlier, real men should understand that no, logic needs to be at the head of this. And so
right?
therefore I see you twerking over there, and yeah, it may look good to me, but I know at the end of the day that's not what I need, and that's not going to get us nowhere. Like you were saying, we
Yeah.
need to be talking about food. You over here talking about what challenge are you doing? So that's what I'm saying is men have to be, I understand men are being, they're in the wrong for following these things, just like
We
any
are
human being.
programming you guys, and this is the
You
whole
ain't
point.
programming me.
We're helping. We're no. I when I say
No, I
even
know
when
what you
I
mean.
yeah
I know.
even when I say we, I don't mean because I'm not one of those. You understand?
Right.
My program is totally different. I will Erica Badu your whole life, and I don't mean it in that type of way because she's another. I'm just saying. What I'm trying to say is I do what I do, and when I do what I do, it's gonna be right for you. You
Hmm.
understand? So,
Real quick comment. I agree with you guys 100%. It is equal responsibility, and that's the primary problem. Don't nobody want to accept responsibility. Everybody want to be enlightened. Everybody want to be conscious. Everybody want to be woke. Everybody want to do this, but don't nobody want to come together. Can't no Catholics come together with no Christians or no Muslims or no Moors. Can't nobody come together. Fool, if you realize and read ancient texts, we are the Christ. We are the messianic people. It ain't no nigga coming out the sky. It's a group of people who has this energy to change shit permanently, nigga. That's what this whole end time movement is. That's what the white folks are scared of with Corona. Because they know if you go out and lay out in the sun, you don't get direct downloads from the sun, bro. You don't even realize that sun up there ain't even my sun. And let me go back to this real quick, and I'm gonna jump off because I know somebody else want to jump on. Two things. Get the fuck off of her about that motherfucking bonnet. That's the problem. You looking at the motherfucking bonnet and worry about her purple bonnet. Who gives a fuck about the bonnet? Are you listening to what she's saying? You saying something about my teeth? I need to whiten them? You saying something about my tats? Or my grandparents and my ancestors? Does that shit really motherfucking matter? When in about 30 motherfucking days, you're gonna have the UN police in your hood, nigga. You ain't thinking about that shit, bro. We distracted. I love Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, but it's a distraction. I love Emmitt Smith, Deion Sanders, fucking Lamar Jackson, but it's a distraction. We need to be focused on sitting meditating with our children, sitting meditating in the moonlight.
Or I mean, I don't know if you're married or not. Are you married?
No, I have a girlfriend right now.
Okay.
Me and we've been together for about 2.5 years. Recently, you know, I gave my life to Christ, and she also gave her life to Christ today. And so me and her both made a commitment to wait till we have, you know, sex again until we get married. So me and her, we're actually doing things the correct way. And I promise you, ever since I gave my life to Christ and I told her, I was like, hey, let's wait to get married, to have sex, she was down with it. Our relationship has gotten so much better.
Okay.
And you feel like, you know, a lot of young people, especially my age, it's like they want to lead with sex. But instead of leading with sex, they need to lead with their character. And it's like, once you do that, it's like your relationship would be so much better. But it's like, I feel like even like with my generation, they just hypersexual and this and that, and they just normalize toxic stuff instead of normalizing, you know what I'm saying, good men and good women.
Yeah.
So,
You know what's funny? You guys are talking about marriage, respect, relationships, sex, the whole nine. What about just being yourself right off the bat? If you don't like it, promptly walk away. That doesn't mean to be disrespectful. It really just means like, okay, you're not the one. But how about not looking for something and allowing God to bring it to you?
Okay.
Because we're always looking for stuff that we really don't need. Every time we go out looking for something, we find things that are just not helpful, stuff that we don't want, don't need, people, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And I figure like this: if it's really something that's for you, then you'll be right where you need to be. You know what I mean? Everything will fall into place. You might have to, how you said in one of your other past shows, that women, we have to work on ourselves, our attitudes, our, a lot of high standards that we set that are just like, are you kidding me? We expect so much from men, and we don't allow you guys to even begin to provide those type of things or even stand up into your role. And it's not exactly about being submissive. It's more about, how would I say, communication and compromise with each other off the bat. If you don't have somebody that has compassion, communication, and is willing to compromise, the 3 C's, then there's nothing good for the most part that comes of it.
What are the three? Hold on. What are the 3 C's again?
Compassion, communication, and compromise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to cut you off, bro, because I know you guys got to go. But I've noticed they've made a lot of people with that last election, with the whole thing with Trump, they made a lot of us very emotional. You had bros, grown men, crying about their skin color, crying about things like, oh, he racist, this is that. Listen, we ain't supposed to be like that. That is not our nature. That was a very feminine. I'm sorry, it's nothing against women, I have nothing against females, but that was a very feminine energy that they were putting out to men. And it all started with like the early 2000s. They got a lot of our emotions with things like, they start changing schools, they start changing the music, they start changing media. And it really affected a lot of men. And they started doing like a lot of things. But then with 2016, with the whole Me Too movement and toxic masculinity,
it's all
they started really pushing men out of the scene. Go ahead. What were you saying? I'm sorry, sir.
That's what I'm saying. That's all part of it. That's the whole agenda. The whole agenda. It's not so much, oh, men are bad, we hate men. They don't care about that. What they care about is that we hate people that can think logically. So now we have to change that. We got to get people more emotional. They could care less if it's men or women. They're not pro women. They're not anti men. They're pro being able to get what they can out of you. And the way they're going to do it is to get you more thinking in an emotional manner. So now I got to do is run clips of something on TV over and over and over again, on social media over and over and over again. It gets you mad. It gets you angry. And surprise, guess who has the already worked up answer? The same people that created the problem. And now you played right into it because that's how they got it. So when we talk about is it an emotional agenda? Of course it is, but it's not, oh, we hate men per se. It's not, oh, because they have male genitals and male parts. It's the way that they think. So they want to get everybody thinking that way so they can manipulate everybody.